News Talk 1450 AM and 95.9 FM. 959.
Good afternoon. Now this WOL traffic update. Pretty good on the Beltway as you travel on the inner loop from College Park southbound past 214 Central Avenue all the way around to the Wilson Bridge. No delays there. The outer loop moves well up from Route 50 to 95 in College Park. On the outer loop, if you're heading toward 355 Rockville Pike, there was a report of large debris in the right lane causing some kind of a backup there, so you'll be slow as you head past Connecticut Avenue toward 355. DC 295 northbound, pretty heavy. Pennsylvania Avenue to East Capitol Street. Southbound on 295, you're slow from Benning Road down to Pennsylvania Avenue. Now your WOL weather forecast. Sun and clouds, windy today, high near 43. Clear overnight down to 28. Tomorrow sunny and a high near 49 degrees. Right now, Washington, D.C., it's very windy and 41 degrees. Steve Hirschhorn for News Talk 1450 AM WOL, where information is power.
All right. Welcome back to Igniting Change with Barbara Arnwine. I'm your co-host, attorney Daryl Jones, the board chair of the Transformative Justice Coalition, and we are so excited that you've decided to spend your Tuesday afternoon here on iconic WOL listening to Igniting Change Radio. Folks, we have been speaking on the issue of youth and homelessness in America. We have with us just a great array of guests that are with us right now. We have Bryan Sanders, who is certainly a TJC fellow as well as a freedom rider. He's a certified master trainer and lead organizer and partnership developer with Wisconsin Voices. We also have Constance Crockett, who also is a TJC fellow and freedom rider, and she's a resident care worker and youth event coordinator at Courage Initiative in Milwaukee, as well as the founder and president of Black Women's Emancipation. We also have with us Amber Green, and Amber is the executive director and founder of the Phoenix Youth Project Incorporated. As FENIX, Phoenix Youth Project Incorporated. It's located in the state of Maryland on Maryland's lower eastern shore, where she is working with unhoused and home insecure children and providing services to them. Amber, as we were going into the break, we were talking about some of the financial issues that are faced by the kids and the organization that you represent. Let me be more specific. For your organization, how do you receive funding?
Phoenix Youth Project, when we first started providing direct services to homeless youth, we were able to start doing that by awarding a contract with our local government, Wacomico County. And we were funded by our local management board, and that funding came from our state. And I'm glad you asked that question, because as more research and data goes out, we're seeing that we're behind in being able to support those who support homeless youth. There are caseworkers who are not being paid the amount of money that they should be getting paid and things like that. And so we're finding that young people are getting serviced by adults who are also finding themselves, dealing with a lot of stress with financial management and things like that. And so when our funding is based off of a reimbursement schedule, we find ourselves having to struggle and as a business, paycheck to paycheck. We're trying to, help prevent evictions. We're trying to pay for hotel costs. We're trying to keep a cell phone bill on, but we're also submitting those receipts, and we're waiting for the state to reimburse us back. And so in our efforts to also provide this direct service work, we also have to advocate on more of an agency level, because we need more support on a federal level to fund these programs, and we need more access to be able to sustain ourselves. And so when we're working with young families and we're teaching them how to budget and things like that, that's some things that I have to learn as a business owner, to also have to budget and learning what red is and things like that. And that's really tough. And I love to be the example for these young people, because they can see, even Miss Am, who seems like she has everything put together, she's also trying to figure out money, trying to keep the lights on. I tell people all the time that at that drop-in center, those young people, they run the drop-in center. I just keep the lights on.
Mm-hmm. And Constance Crockett, we know, or Connie as we call you, we know that just this year, right, 2023, it's anticipated that the unhoused people in the United States will increase somewhere between 11 and 12%. And that will be the largest increase in the last 15 years of unhoused and homeless people in our country. A lot of it, obviously, is tied to the cancellation of COVID-19 relief funds, where they can no longer, have funds that are provided and become unhoused because they're evicted. But within that number, Connie, we know that, the most affected number, percentage-wise, are children who are just traumatized by being evicted. Now, you're working, I know, with the youth, as a youth event coordinator over at the Courage Initiative of Milwaukee. Can you tell us what you're seeing happen with regards to eviction and the children that you're counseling?
Oh, yes. I see, we normally deal with kids who are in housing insecurity already, but on top of that, they have to deal with being queer on top of that. So you add that intersection to them also. So it becomes even harder. Milwaukee is a very impoverished city. So we're dealing with people who are living paycheck to paycheck. And then also on top of that, we have the kids who are dealing with their queerness too, which is also causing them to be homeless and needing other places to live. So that's what we deal with at Courage. And we see so many people affected, and it's really a lot of our Black youth and minority children who are very affected. But it even comes to the point we have kids from the suburbs who are also affected, the farming kids from our state. So it's reaching everyone.
Wow. And it's just so important that people underscore that when you think about housing, folks forget that a huge percentage of unhoused people in our country are African American, Black, yes, and that another huge percent of youth who are homeless are not only are they of a racial, people of color, but they also are queer or LGBTQIA. Their parents disagree with their identity choices, or they find, just it's so hard to be accepted. And that's a huge percentage of the homeless in our country. But also, let's not think that we're only talking about children who are out there and the parents don't agree with them. Let's also think about, Julianne Malveaux, when she was president at Bennett College, said that she was shocked when she realized some 20% of her students were homeless. And when they shut down the dorms, folks had nowhere to go during the holidays and during the summer. And it changed her whole perspective. So let's, understand that homelessness is very complex, right? And tell us, Amber Green from the Phoenix Youth Project, tell us, how do people give? Because folks are sitting out there, 80% of all Americans make their charitable contributions in these last couple of weeks of the year. Tell people, how do they give to the Phoenix Youth Project?
Of course, the greatest way to give to Phoenix Youth Project is to go on our website and click that button that says Donate Now. And I tell people to go to the website, which is www.phoenixyouthproject.org. It's because we want to attract donors who are willing to invest. And that's something that I really try to get out to our community, is that we have to invest in our youth. We can't just give one time. We have to invest. And so we have been recruiting Phoenix Gems, which are givers who give every month. And these individuals have been able to truly sustain our organization. And right now, we're not grant funded. We're really funded by all of our donations, and we're funded by our community truly investing in us. And so we ask for givers to sign up on our website. But then we also have those emergency needs. My tardiness today was because I had to check in a young person into a hotel. And so I had to reach out to my network and ask them to donate to us through our Cash App, which is $Phoenix Youth Project. And that is how we're able to help on the field really quick and provide rapid responses. We spend a lot of money in providing sleeping bags, hygiene products, as well as hotel funding, just for those emergency cases. And then we also are trying to raise money to provide incentives for host volunteers. These are volunteers in our community who are opening up their home. They have an extra bedroom, they have an extra couch, and they are willing to have a young person stay with them while we're getting them the resources. And we like to give them a couple of dollars here and there to help with the food, to help with the light bill and the water bill. And so giving to Phoenix Youth Project is very easy. We have a Cash App, which, again, is $Phoenix Youth Project. But the best and easy way to invest in our organization is by going to our website and hitting that Donate Now button.
And before, I know, Daryl, before you ask the next question, let me just get this one in. Explain to people how to spell the word Phoenix, because they may not understand how to look properly for your project. Go ahead.
Yes. So Phoenix is spelled F as in Frank, E-N-I-X as X-ray. So that's Phoenix is the original Latin spelling of the word. When I created this organization, I really wanted to really pay homage to the story of the Phoenix bird. And I really do see that a young people in all over the state, and especially here in Salisbury, Maryland, they're Phoenix birds. Through their ashes, great things are coming from them. And so that's really what Phoenix is about.
Thank you so much, Amber, for being with us. I know that this is your segment, and we encourage everyone to go to the Phoenix Youth Project, email to their website, and give to the Phoenix Youth Project. Go to Cash App. You can go to their Cash App at Phoenix Youth Project. That's F-E-N-I-X Youth Project, and you can give to them on your Cash App through Cash App, folks. If you don't have money to give and you're in Salisbury or Wicomico County or anywhere in that district there, you can also give by your vote, because what we heard her say is that they're provided funding through the city council, state and county. You can provide assistance with your vote. Look up and find out who your representative is and be certain they're supporting the Phoenix Youth Project. Ms. Green, Amber Green, thank you so much for being with us. We're going deeper, folks. We're going deeper into this unhoused, housing insecurity, and homelessness issue. We have Donald Whitehead coming up from the National Coalition of Homelessness. Folks, don't touch that dial. We'll be right back with more information on what we need to be doing through this holiday season. Be certain that everyone has it.
News Talk 1350 WOL-AM, where information is power.
Here's the latest from News1.com. Body cam video is out from a deadly shootout between a U.S. Park police officer and a drug suspect near Logan Circle last month. Video shows an intense foot chase onto M Street Northwest, with the officer repeatedly saying, "Let me see your hands." Jarrell Campbell didn't comply, produced a gun, and shot the officer at close range before return fire killed Campbell. The officer did survive. A man's in custody for last week's deadly double shooting in Northeast D.C. Ronzoni Jackson was arrested Sunday, accused of gunning down two brothers on 4th Street last Tuesday night. Police did not reveal a possible motive. A federal judge halting the removal of a Confederate memorial from Arlington National Cemetery. The judge issued a temporary restraining order Monday, putting any work to remove the memorial on hold. The order was issued after a group called Defend Arlington filed a lawsuit to stop the process on Sunday. A hearing on the matter is slated for tomorrow. I'm Rick Hoschel. When you're looking for news for Black America, go to News1.com.
All right, now, welcome back to Igniting Change, where we're talking about the issue of a home for the holidays ? Because we're talking about addressing the needs of homeless youth, addressing the needs of homeless people all throughout our nation during this holiday season. It should be about giving, right? Not receiving. And how do we help those in our community who often find, just for financial reasons, for family trauma reasons, that they are homeless. And we have with us one of the best, most amazing leaders in this community fighting